If you'd like to participate in the discussion or leave us feedback, you can contact us at levelupyourgamingpodcast@gmail.com or find us on Facebook at facebook.com/levelupyourgaming. If you like the content and want to hear more of the show, subscribing will ensure you don't miss an episode. New episodes come out almost every Wednesday. Also, please review, tell a friend about the podcast, or share with your gaming group. Now sit back and enjoy the episode.
Welcome to the Love of Gaming Podcast. My name is Aaron, and joining me once again, I have Josh. Josh, how you doing today?
I'm just peachy, man. Just absolutely peachy. It's coming up to the time when I'm gonna spend some time on vacation. I got some trips planned. I got some work stuff I got to get done first. So trying to get stuff done. How about you?
Time of the year in the middle of the summer, it's blazing hot right now, and it's didn't really have a topic that I wanted to discuss with you today. So typically we don't have a topic. I always roll into, hey, let's do a one shot.
Ooh, I like one shots. We could do a one shot. So we were looking at the list of titles, and one of them stood out to me. And I'd like to do one called A Fistful of Spells.
A Fistful of Spells. Yes.
Yeah.
I like it. I have thoughts on, I don't know where to go, like, as an ending overall thing, but like my elevator pitch for it would be that either you're like a physical Adonis in like a world of magic, and so your fists do the spells effectively. You are punching your way through it, or you can only conjure your spells through your fists. So everything must be like.
I like the conjuring the spells to your fists. I thought, I'm thinking of this as like, we're running a one shot. We got a party of characters, and just like the whole the episode we did where there was the noise where nobody could hear anything, but you still let people cast spells that had audio components. Yep. I didn't want to restrict players. My first thought was, instead of it being a world of magic and you're a physical Adonis, it's like a null bubble where there are no spells at all, and the only way you can cast is by punching, which would be really funny. Like, you've got your healer out there, like just smacking the crap out of somebody. It's come back to life. Fireball is way more dangerous. But I was also thinking maybe there is like, there's a tribe of barbarians that has a mystical relic that is like the brass knuckles of some god, right? And it is this lost relic that they're searching for, and it is literally a fistful of spells. And it's sort of like a
that was the other thing I was thinking. It was like something where like you literally you either have a handful of spells, or that's interesting. So, something as you were talking about it there, I thought of like kind of like the Infinity Stones and the Gauntlet. Like it is literally the fist full of spells.
Yeah, and I think that if you had like internal politics of like a barbarian tribe trying to, this is like a legendary item. The tribe is falling apart, and you need to have a ruler who can stand up because there's no lineage for who should be ruling. So the only person that could possibly come and rule over the tribe is whoever can find this legendary gauntlet, this fistful of spells.
What if so as you're saying that, I thought about maybe like I could envision like the gauntlet having been in the village, and obviously the barbarians are all magically inept, so they can't use the fistful of spells, but everybody wants to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then somebody, I mean, like the obvious thing there is that somebody comes along and steals the fistful of spells, and then now you are charged to retrieve the fistful.
Well, that's why they've got no leader. Is that they were raided, their fist was taken, their leader was killed.
Their previous leader did use the fistful of spells, but he just used it as a fist.
Yeah, he cast punch, and it was very effective until it wasn't. And now they're leaderless. They've lost their thing. That the tribe is falling apart, and they have hired the party to go track down the thieves and reclaim the fist to to bring the tribe back into its former glory. Yeah, I think that's fantastic. So now we've got a call to action here, Aaron.
Yes. Yeah, we have the call to action. So, give me a genre and a setting.
I mean, you could do standard fantasy, but I'm almost thinking like post-apocalyptic.
Okay, yeah. Again, kind of getting the same sort of vibe through it.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be super magical or anything like that, but like a World of Ruin sort of post-apocalyptic Mad Max style. Barbarians have their fistful of spells, and you got to go find it. I think that'd be fun.
Okay, I like it. Okay, so let's talk our NPCs then. Who are we?
Well, I think like you'd have some sort of like an untested warrior from the barbarian clan who thinks he should rule or is trying to save the clan from falling apart, and that's why he's asked you. Somebody noble, somebody like has a good heart, but the barbarians won't listen to him because he's young.
Okay.
And I think you obviously need some the leader of the thieves, whoever has orchestrated this plot.
Okay, so we got the leader of the thieves, who stole the gauntlet or something of that nature.
And I think you need a collaborator.
So, like another barbarian in the tribe that has effectively helped
the thieves. Yes. A conspirator. Yes, that is perfect. Yeah. This is
now. Is it to believe that this young barbarian who asks you for help is actually capable of wielding spells out of the fistful of spells? We just don't know it yet.
Maybe. I mean, that could be. We could find that out later. I think that
I think it would be great to have him, because he is the quote unquote nerdy barbarian, or the barbarian of who was made fun of for the lack of stature. He definitely should have it. Like you should hint towards that, because I feel like at the resolution, if you are going to take this and evolve it into a bigger game, he becomes the king of the barbarians, and thus,
I mean, you could just be the leader of this barbarian tribe, but because of his prowess, it goes on a massive quest to coalesce all of the barbarian tribes under his leadership. That's a fantastic campaign then. So,
yeah, we're getting way ahead of ourselves.
Way ahead of ourselves at this point. So anyway, introduction is, of course, that the young barbarian has summoned you and asked you to help recover this. He tells you his tale of woe, that thieves have come, killed the old leader and stolen their fist. That the tribe is in disarray, and uh, ancient feuds have boiled up to the surface, and without somebody to regulate the fiery emotions of the barbarians, the tribe is going to eat itself alive.
I like it. I like it.
Kind of want to add one more NPC.
Okay.
I'm thinking like ancient wise woman.
Okay. What is clearly because of the introduction you thought about her, but why the ancient wise woman?
Well, I'm thinking like, so the young barbarian has summoned you, and you were saying that we should lean into him actually being able to use it. I think that one of the first things that the party should do is track down somebody that knows the history of the fist. Like, they got to find out why it was taken. Ancient wise woman.
Oh, okay, excellent, excellent. Yes, again, in order to lean into the idea that the young barbarian can use the fistful of spells potentially, you know, you should have interactions with the other barbarians within the village that would sort of indicate that he is woefully inadequate as a barbarian, like, and looked down upon because of that. But he has like a certain level of like sophistication that you wouldn't find out of the other barbarians, and just maybe something is different about this kid.
I mean, you could just say that everybody's, just built, except for this guy who's literally wearing glasses, and he's slightly less built. Like his delts are slightly less. His neck is reasonably thick rather than unreasonably thick like everyone else's.
You sense magic.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
No. No. But like he's literally wearing glasses. I think that's just all you have to do. Like,
okay, excellent.
he could be the one. Whoa.
Is he could be our barbarian. Is he going to be the one to unite the tribes?
Yeah. No, and they're like, that's ridiculous. His name is, I don't know. What's a good nerdy name? What's a good post-apocalyptic nerdy name? Elvin.
Alvin, there you go.
Elvin. Yes. So you've got the puzzle. I guess you have to sort of the puzzle is tracking down the thieves, or tracking down the wise woman to find where maybe she's got a way to crack the fistful of spells.
Yeah, so like obviously finding your way to the fistful of spells is in of itself a mystery, a puzzle. The actual physical puzzle that you could put in there, or a puzzle you could put in there, is that because the thieves are also barbarians, most likely, that they have locked it behind like a series of traps and stuff that you must decipher and work your puzzle out.
I think that
Rudimentary puzzles.
It's yeah. Have you seen the one about the goblin trap, where there's a door? They go into a cave. There's a wooden door, and there's a sign on it. So it's this door locked. To open, yell what 5 + 4, and you yell 9, and it doesn't actually unlock the door. It just lets everybody know that you're there, so they can come and attack you.
There you go.
You know, nobody checks to see if the door's actually locked. They just yell the number. And I think having tracking down the thieves, absolutely important. If you want to make it longer, the trail's gone cold and you've got to go find the wise woman to get information. She tells you sort of the history of things, and tracks down helps you get to the cave or wherever the thieves have stole the thing. Obviously, these are going to be fun puzzles. They don't have to be, super difficult. These are not cultured people. And I think you should find out once you.
It is literally the blocks that go into different shapes.
Oh, you're talking like Idiocracy, where they've got like where does the circle block go? It goes in the square hole. Yeah. If you have a bucket that holds 8 gallons and a bucket that holds 5 gallons, how many buckets do you have? Okay, so I think I think the setback definitely needs to be that you find out that like it's an inside job. It's always been an inside job. This was always intended to tear the barbarians apart, so other barbarians could come and pick them off. Right?
Yeah. So again, it's an inside job, which means that one of the barbarians is basically going to be put into good graces with the other barbarian clan.
Yeah. And so your climax is definitely going to have to be the fight between the young barbarian and the conspirator.
Okay. And I'm assuming that you will be effectively helping the young barbarian's side. Meaning like he's not literally fighting on your behalf and everybody else's behalf.
No, you're not standing there while, a big old CGI battle happens. No, I figure that he's got to fight the conspirator mano a mano. But all of the thieves are also attacking, and you've got to sort of defend. You got to fight the thieves so the young barbarian can fight mano a mano. And I think that like it would be. This is another one of those, like, you got to talk to the ancient wise woman, or you got to get some story bits about the fistful of spells. That it's really about the person's attitude, their good heart. They got to do a thing. Maybe they got to stick their fist out, stick the fist in, stick the fist out, and they twirl it all about before it activates or something like that. They got there's a whole thing. You gotta get the young barbarian to believe in himself to activate it. And part of this fight is not just fighting off the forces. You have to encourage the young barbarian and
believe in
help
yourself,
him.
and you will be able to use the fist.
Yeah, and I think like at some point you build up enough of his confidence that he just stops mid-fight, holds his fist straight up in the air, and says, "We have the power!" And lightning strikes, and then he becomes a full barbarian.
There we go. Yeah, I actually like the moment the gauntlet goes.
Yeah, exactly. Like his clothes disappear. He only has a loincloth now. Yeah, I think that's perfect. Maybe like some small animal near him turns into a very large version of the same animal for no apparent reason. And then he gets to punch Jared Leto in the mouth. I think this is great. Are you okay, Aaron?
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm great. Yeah.
Okay, so I think we have something here.
Yeah, no, we have something
So the middle
We're just a
section of
couple
this,
idiots who talk on a podcast. By the way, if you're ever wondering how hard is it to come up with a game idea, probably not as hard as you think.
no, you just steal a bunch of stuff from other places and mash it around until it's funny. It's the best.
This game
Yeah,
is
I think-
heavily plagiarized.
I'm sorry. What game have you played that hasn't been heavily plagiarized?
Touche.
Okay. Yes, the resolution is the young barbarian, has the power, becomes He-Man, and maybe they got to go find the castle to lead their peoples. I love this as a post-apocalyptic fantasy, because you could do swords and boards and like wrecked buildings and all this fun stuff. Junked out cars on highways that are overgrown with grass and trees growing up through what would have been a city. And I think that's really fun for a visual. I don't really see it being super useful for the story itself. I just like the idea of a barbarian tribe living in a post-apocalyptic wasteland.
I like the idea that the apocalypse came and went, and in its wake, and instead you were just left with a bunch of barbarian tribes.
Like beefy boys, just some beefy dumb boys, and they're just running around doing beefy dumb boy stuff. Yeah. And then the one nerd is like, there's got to be a better way. I think that if we're running this story, we've got the good introduction. It's the middle part where you're going and finding the thieves, the puzzles, a couple of encounters. That section should be fleshed out a bit.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're not. We didn't give
that's
them
the
any
thick
real
part.
legs there. I mean, we really hit the beats here, and given a couple of thoughts. I mean, in terms of maps, what do you think we need?
Well, I mean, if you're going to have a puzzle section where the thieves have stowed the gauntlet, I mean that's a nice little dungeon. That could be how you flesh it out. And you could have some encounters in there with some thieves, blah 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 blah. I think that's pretty good. You don't technically need a map for the final fight, but I mean it's always nice to have one. I like maps for fights.
The maps
so
are
I
very
can
helpful
place
for
people.
fights. I think most people would agree with that statement. Again, so maybe like again your dungeon, your final battle map. Again, anywhere else that you feel like you need a map, but trying to give you the gist of where they should be. The handouts. So this is where I think the simple puzzle thing comes into play. Okay, you got to hand people like
Dumb riddles.
a handout sheet that has like seriously simple riddles.
You should go to your local chain family restaurant and take the placemats they give for children and bring those back.
It should have a map, like not a map, but like a maze.
Yeah, like a word search. Find the word cat. Uh, you know, I think those are all fantastic. I think if you really wanted to get into crazy stuff, you could also have like a riddle about the fistful of spells. But like it's not a difficult one. It's just like, different things that they're supposed to do, and each one of the stanzas is sort of where they've hidden the fist or what the guy needs to do to activate the fist. that's a lot of work, and I'm not doing that right now. That's like thinking. Barbarians aren't for thinking.
Barbarians are not for thinking. And so obviously you've got your thieves as
Mhm.
enemies. You'd want to have you probably want to have like a head thief, something that
Yeah,
you would challenge.
that's the leader of the thieves that I was talking about before. Is he's the one that lets you know that it doesn't matter. We've already done what we came to for Bogbach, whatever the conspirator, right?
Do you
Uh,
even want to put the conspirator out there as a mob or
as somebody to
boss?
fight, no, I don't think like. I think it's very important that you get back to town, and if the young barbarian doesn't challenge the conspirator directly, there is no chance to save the barbarian tribe. This is the whole part about that young barbarian being noble. He's got to show that he's willing to put his own life on the line for his fellow barbarians.
Yeah, yeah. No, I like it. I like it. It's great.
Okay. Yeah, and so that it's just you versus thieves while you're encouraging him, and once you think that it's a good part of the fight, yeah, he stands up and fully engages with the fist. No, that's not how I wanted to say that. That
Take two.
sounds much worse. Yeah, I think this is. I was worried that we were going to go fistful of spells and it was going to be just a straight off Yojimbo pull, and we are going to have another one of these. Fistful of spells was exactly that. Guy goes into town, two rival factions are fighting. He plays them off each other. We're done. That's been done so many times. I like this much better. This is much funnier.
This is hilarious. The idea of, again, the barbarians being led by a barbarian with the fistful of spells. I really would impress upon you when you're getting the history of it to also explain that the way that it was previously used was just as a big old brass knuckles.
Yeah,
Because nobody can effectively use it.
yeah, I think that's fantastic. And it could even be that you bring the big old fistful of spells back. The young barbarian takes it. It's too heavy to wield as a real weapon. This is why you need to encourage him, and he's swinging it, and he's having a hard time with it. Once he attunes to it, because he can, because he is the barbarian of legend, the one to reunite the clans, the one to tap into the true power of the fistful of spells. That he's able to wield it properly, and it should be pretty epic.
Awesome. Awesome. Anything else you want to add to this one, Josh?
I mean, it's too bad we can't like do animations with this. I think that would be like just absolutely fantastic. Maybe a
What
whole
to,
line of
to
children's
literally
stories.
rip off of He-Man?
Okay, kind of want to watch that new movie now. But yeah, I think that'd be fine. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
All right. All right. I like it. If you have thoughts on the one shot, Fistful of Spells, or a one shot of your own, or one that you want to recommend to us to come up with the story for, let us know. Level Up Your Gaming Podcast, gmail.com or facebook.com/Level Up Your Gaming. The podcast is on YouTube, your favorite podcasting site, wherever you get a podcast. Subscribe to it, review it, recommend it to a friend, all those good things. And that'll wrap us up for the week. So for Josh, I'm Aaron. Have a good week, everyone.
Bye.